Alright, for today, we're doing my ultimate version of steak and potatoes. Let's get cooking. Hey guys, welcome back for another video. In today's cook, we are going to be exploring yet another steak video. If you guys have been following my channel for a while, you probably have seen my two favorite ways to cook steaks. Those two are still currently my favorite ways to cook steaks, but I'm always trying to find other ways to kind of elevate it, like within the realm of doing those two processes. And this one is particular based off of cooking a New York strip steak. There was another video where I talked about cutting the New York strip in a different way to potentially make it a little bit better, and I wanted to explore it a little bit more and show you guys what I found and what I like, and how that kind of changed my process on how to cook steaks. So in today's video, we're going to be exploring that and also just kind of creating my favorite kind of steak and potatoes dish. So without talking about it too much, let's start cooking. All right, my friends, so today we are going to be cooking these prime New York strip steaks. The one thing that I always enjoy and I thought is super appealing is the fat cap right here on the New York strip. I think it packs a lot of flavor, but sometimes it does have that kind of like sinewy part that gets always a little bit chewy. Even though you cook down all this fat up top, that part always remains a little bit chewy. Not everyone loves that, so that's one of the reasons why it's gonna sound weird, but I'm gonna remove all this fat. Kind of similar to how you would if you were to dry age an entire strip, and I'll explain why. But with all this trim, I am still going to keep it. I'm still going to render it down. I like brushing my steaks with this, actually. And it's also a nice way to use all that trim. So I got another one right here. I'm not really too worried about the fat on this part per se. I'm more concerned about the fat over here. So you might be asking yourself again, so why are you doing this? Why are you trimming off all the fat off these steaks? Isn't fat part of flavor? And yes, I 100% agree with you. And the one thing that, I played around with is how to, finish the slices of a New York strip. I think most time if people are given a piece of meat that's elongated this way, your instinct is to cut it this way like we always have before. But after doing a bunch of New York steaks, I prefer now to cut them this way. It just tends to be a little bit more tender. I like the mouthfeel of it a little bit more, and so I realized that, well, if you keep that fat band on the top here, then as I cut it this way, this top kind of portion right here is almost inedible because all of it is basically fat with a little bit of meat. I personally think it tastes better that way, but I'll leave that up for you guys to try on your own. Let me know in the comment section below, how do you cut your New York strip? So here are my 4 New York strips, and here's all the trim for it right there that we will cut down into smaller pieces and render it down, and I'll have more beef tallow. All right, folks, and if you guys see my videos, you know the drill. We're just gonna season with some salt and some pepper, but we are going to be quite liberal with it and make sure it looks white on the surface. We got our pepper. What is it about black pepper and steaks that's just so good? And this is a question I just thought about. Has anyone done a steak? Well, I'm pretty sure that it's been done on YouTube, but maybe I'll do it anyway. But I'm asking you guys, have you guys done a steak with white pepper before? I just bought some for another dish that I'm trying to do in the soon, but have you guys done with white pepper? Maybe I'll try that for one of our videos. Here we go, guys. Perfectly seasoned all sides of our steak. All right, please, please, please don't forget your sides because you want to get as much flavor on here as possible. Our coals are pretty much ready to go right here. I had the lid on and we got it about 250. Honestly, you know, as much as people say like you can't go higher than 250 or shouldn't, I honestly have been cooking steaks like this at 350, close to 400, as long as you pull them at the right time and they're not super close to like the fire itself. I haven't personally found that they cook super uneven, but if you want to be safe, you know, you can keep it at 250, 275, but if it goes a little bit higher, it's okay. So we'll get these steaks on the side right here. And I just realized one setup mistake that I just had, and I'm kind of happy that I saw it right now. The probe port for the thermometer is on this side right here where this slow and sear is. I have to bring it across. So now I know next time before I set this thing up, I need to make sure I put my slow and sear on this side of the grill. Hey, but you live and you learn. Luckily for me though, I don't have any coals or fire over here, so I can still use this probe port and I'm not really worried about it too much. So we got the internal of that steak reading at 45 degrees right now, and yeah, I'm gonna pull this at about 115 or so. All right, so we're gonna put the top back on, and then we're gonna move the thermometer and again the vent side over the steaks. All right, everyone, so we are internal about 116, 117, and I like to pull my steaks anywhere between 115 and about 120 or so. So if you go a little bit higher or lower, it's fine, you're good. All right, so we're gonna pull these steaks off. We're gonna rest them for a bit, get this fire back up, and make sure it's nice and ready for grilling. And yeah, we're gonna get some nice sear on this thing. All right, now that we got this fire really nice and hot, let's sear off these steaks. Now, normally with these New York strips, again, because we used to have that fat on the side, I would always say in these videos to hit that fat side first because we want to render that fat. We get to have a little bit more extra time on each side of the steak to get a better sear. Ooh, that's sear, beautiful. Steaks are done. Let's get plating. All right, we let this steak rest for a bit. Let's cut into it and see how we did. I would say we did a pretty nice job on that cook right there. I want you guys to take a look at that grain right there, all right, and pay attention to that. And now, like we normally do, is we would kind of split like this and keep cutting off segments this way. Again, the reason why we cut off all that fat over there is because we want to cut it this way so that last piece on the end right there isn't just all gristle and fat. We're gonna turn this piece that way. By the way, I don't know if you guys can hear that crust right there, but all right, so this is a slice that we're talking about right here. And I know it doesn't seem like a huge difference, but look at the grain of that meat. Like, a steak is already super tender. That's why, you know, with the New York strip, you can kind of cut it both ways and it'll still be good. But man, look at that. You can see the actual grain of it. All right, you can see the one at the top, you can see more of the muscle fibers, while the one at the bottom, it's still gonna eat just fine, but the fibers are just a little bit tighter. So it's really up to you guys how you want to do it, how you want to eat your steak, but this has now become my preference. Now these end pieces right here, they don't look good on a plate, so I'm gonna have to try it for myself right now. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that is a good steak. And just for the sake of science, we'll cut the second one open. Perfectly fine, you can see the fibers. But come on, man. Especially with all you guys who are watching all these barbecue videos, especially if you're on my channel. You know how it is when you're cutting against the grain, especially with brisket. Dude, I'm telling you, you guys gotta try this. So if you haven't done it before, just give it a shot. Give it a shot. All right, let's get plating. So we got this beautiful New York strip steak all fanned out just to add more substance to the plate. This is my version of steak and potatoes right here. smashed potatoes with lemon juice, parsley, and jardiniere. If you guys haven't seen the video of me doing it with the chicken, I'll leave that in the link for you to check out so you can try this recipe out. One of my favorite ways to do smashed potatoes. And I also have a YouTube short for you to check out where I can show you how to do it, just potatoes. There it is, ladies and gentlemen, my version of steak and potatoes. Let's go see what my mom and her friends think.
Oh, it has jardiniere on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the potatoes are yummy.
Oh, this is really good.
All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video of just doing something simple like steak and potatoes, but doing it slightly different, especially with the potatoes, kind of seasoning it however you want. I think it's a really cool thing to add some texture to a plate, add some color, and just do something that, you know, maybe you haven't done before. And for the steak, that's all preference, you know, how you want to season it, whether it's salt and pepper, you want to use a different rub, how you want to cook it, whether you want to reverse sear it, you want to flip it every 30 seconds, whether you want to do it inside altogether in the oven or in a pan, or even just cutting it however you want. All the things that I've shown today are just things that I personally enjoy a lot, and things that I think, like, you know, just tweaking small little things to make it your own. But when you're looking at something like that, it's hard to argue when, look at that, the fiber's already starting to fall apart because we cut it this proper way, in my opinion. And the other thing I hope I was able to show in this video is how large of a cooking space that you have on that 22-inch SNS kettle style grill. I mean, I'm so used to having to try to squeeze one steak in the travel one, but on this one, I could have done all 4 inside of that 22-inch kettle and would have been perfectly fine. So if you're in the market for a grill and a smoker, and you're worried about kind of footprint of your cooker, it's really hard to beat this grill right here. So if you guys are interested and you want to check out what SNS has, please make sure to check out my affiliate link down in the description below, and then just check out the website and see other things that you like. And if you already have a kettle style grill and you're looking to upgrade certain parts, like, again, I really like these easy spin grates. If yours is a little bit older and it's rusted out because you have an older model of a grill, and you just want to upgrade a little bit, that's a great thing to add onto your grill as well to just kind of elevate everything. So that's it for this video, guys. Please make sure you like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next one.